How's the second movement coming?
It's coming.
Have you got to the end of it?
Yes.
Alright. Let's hear it. Do you have enough room at the wall?
I think I do now.
Okay. Keep You don't have trouble as much with some of the harder spots as you do with some other stuff, which is very surprising. You did really, really good, especially after the string crossings and getting up. Your intonation was really good. As an overall thing, try to use a little bit more bow, so it's not, you don't want so much scratchy.
Yeah.
Instead of that, right at the frog, I feel like is a little bit too much for this.
Yeah.
Let's move it up a little bit. So, yeah, it's a lot better. So why don't you go from just the D right here, and you can stop right there. Just use a little bit more bow for some tone. Great, that was like 100 times better. Your tone's a lot more ringing.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the string crossing part. It seemed like it gave you a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
So let's start with on the F sharp to D. Let's just find those notes. I would move a little bit more to the middle of the bow. Out here is going to be a little crazy, and right here, it's like a hard thing to rock.
Mm-hmm.
So right in the middle, you barely have to move at all, just like on violin. It's a really, if you just look at your bow on both strings, it's a really, really small bow change. Yeah, and it's a lot of riff. Like that. All little wrist action. So why don't you try that? Try that. Just wrist action on the F to the D. Let's move more, a little bit more to the middle. And don't have it bounce so much. That's a lot better. Yeah. So let's go to this part where we have the same strings. I messed it up. Really small, but not bouncy. Yep, you're getting it. Just a little bit more on the A string, but that's really good. Good. Now you're really getting on the A string, not just brushing it. So you have some tone there. That's good. Let's go through the whole thing, the whole string crossing section, just one time, and then I'm sure you know what to do. You'll be able to work on it. Do you have questions?
Sometimes my bow, like hand or arm, gets really like fatigued,
Yeah.
and it feels.
I get
So
that.
is that just like a cello?
Is
thing?
it? Where is it? Where do you feel that? Is it in the shoulder or your actual arm, lower part of your arm?
I think it's like in my fingers, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you using the violin bow hold?
Yeah.
Okay. So do I. I'm thinking that your fingers are being sore. It's probably because of tension.
Mm.
Because the more like I'm pushing down, I can see where that would start hurt. Just shake out your hand if you're starting to feel that, because you don't want to like injure yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And just think about relaxing. You don't have to be tense in your bow
Mm-hmm.
to do these kind of things. Especially that. It's not tension, it's just a matter of balancing.
Mm-hmm.
Between your first and your pinky.
Mm-hmm.
Your fingers? Yeah. And it's not like part of playing cello. You shouldn't be tired.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, it's probably just a tension thing, so just try to keep it in mind, especially during scales, not like to think as much.
Mm-hmm.
Just to notice if you're squeezing your hand to relax.
Yeah,
Touch your
gotcha. Okay.
Alright. Yeah, you shouldn't have to dig in with your fingers. You should be using your whole weight of your arm, right? It's not finger pushing, it's the whole thing is pushing into the string.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I get it. Okay.
Alright, so let's go through that part one more time, and then if you have any questions, we can talk about it. So start on the F sharp D that we played first. And think about the spacing. Move a little bit more to the middle, and just think about the space between the two strings. That's good. It was so much better. The whole string crossing part, it was great. You had tone, you could hear every note.
Cool.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I would add some dynamics into it once you kind of get it down. Nice big crescendo in there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go over the last note. E, G. I know it's a G. All right. So we have G, G, D. All right. I'll play your note for you. First note. Now jump to that G. Good. What finger are you using for the high G?
2.
Yeah. Good, yeah. Don't wiggle around up there. Make sure you actually get it. And if you don't, realize what's wrong, and then go back and fix it. So
Okay.
jump to it for me. And what's wrong with that?
Should have been higher.
Yeah, flat. Let's try it again. Perfect. A little sharp.